are watching Yan Public School YouTube classes. Through these classes, we will provide you the chapters according to your syllabus. Hope you have got the term to syllabus and you are enjoying your online classes. So, let's start. Today we will start our fourth chapter, the monitor and CPU. Okay, so this chapter is about the monitor and CPU. As you know that a computer has four main parts: the monitor, CPU, keyboard and the mouse. That means monitor is an important part of our computer. Okay, now let's discuss about the monitor. Monitor, it looks like a television. Okay, like that. It looks like a television. It has a screen. Even whatever we are working to a computer, drawing, it may be some typing, whatever we are doing to a computer, our work will show through the computer on this monitor or the screen. Okay, it has on off button also, and a monitor is connected to the CPU through an electric wire. Okay, so this is the monitor. Now we will know that a monitor may be different types. What are they? Mainly three types: CRT, LCD and the LED. Okay, so a monitor has three types: LCD, CRT and LED. So let's start from the CRT. CRT monitor, that is big in size. Okay, and it is heavy. It is not so costly. That means it is cheap. CRT monitor is cheap and it occupies a lot of space. Okay, so CRT monitor is big in size, heavy in weight. It is not so costly, means cheap in rate, and even it takes a lots of space to occupy. Okay. Next, talk about the LCD. LCD monitor, that is not big, that is not heavy in weight, and that is very costly, and it occupies less space. Okay, and the pictures are clearer in LCD monitor than the CRT. I repeat this, the pictures are clearer, that means we can get clear picture to our LCD monitor than the CRT monitor. Clear? Next, talk about the LED monitor. LED monitor is not big, it is small in size, it is not very heavy, but it is very costly. LED monitor is very costly and it occupies less space to keep, and the pictures are clearer than CRT and LCD monitor. That means we can get the most clearer picture in LED monitor. Okay, so these three are the different kinds of monitor. Okay, now we will talk about the CPU. CPU means the Central Processing Unit. Okay, CPU, it looks like that. CPU, I have drawn here. CPU stays inside the CPU box. Okay, this is a part or a device and most important part of a computer that can store lots of data and information. So I repeat this, we can store, or the CPU can store lots of data and information inside of this. Okay, and this helps, this part, that means CPU part, helps to do all the processing work of a computer. Okay, that's why the CPU part is called the brain of computer. As you know that in our body, our brain helps us to activate the works of the other parts. In the same way, the CPU helps the other parts of the computers to work on, to perform their function. That's why we call the CPU as the brain of a computer. Okay. So in this chapter we have learned about the monitor that looks like a TV screen, and what work we do to a computer, it will show through the monitor also. There are three types of monitors: CRT, LCD and LED. CRT monitor is big in size, weighty, and it takes a lots of space to occupy, and it is not very costly. It is cheap in rate. LED or LCD monitor, that is not big, not heavy, costly, and the pictures are clearer than the CRT monitor. And at last is the LED, that is the most costly monitor, LED monitor, and it occupies very less space to keep, and the pictures are very clear in this monitor, LED. Okay, and this is the CPU, the brain of computer, that can store lots of data and information inside of this. Okay, and it helps the other parts of the computers to work their function or to perform their function. Okay, that's all about this chapter. Now we will discuss the question answer of this chapter, the monitor and the CPU. Which part of a computer stores information? CPU stores information. Which monitor can provide us the clearest picture? That is the LED monitor can provide us the clearest picture. Question number 3. What does a monitor display? A monitor displays the work that we do on a computer. Then which type of monitor occupies lots of space? CRT monitor occupies lots of space. Which part of computer is known as the brain of a computer? CPU is known as the brain of a computer. Okay, you will copy this to your computer notebook. Next time we will discuss the exercise from your book. Here is a discussion about the exercises of this chapter 4. First is filling the blanks. I have written the answers only on this board. Let's check it. CPU stores dash. CPU stores information. Dash stands for Central Processing Unit, that is CPU. A dash works by using its different parts. Computer. The pictures are very clear on and dash monitor, that is the LED monitor. Next is circle the correct answer. These monitors are heavy. The options are LCD, CRT. CRT monitor is heavy. These monitors are costly. The options are LCD and CRT. LCD. It stores information. Monitor, CPU. Definitely CPU. It has a screen. Monitor, CPU. Monitor. Okay. These are the correct answer. You have to circle that. Next, go to the matching. Here are the options. You have to match it. Monitor, CRT monitor, LCD monitor, LED monitor, CPU. And the B columns, there are clear picture, stores information, displays our work, not costly. So let's match. Monitor displays our work. CRT monitor, not costly. LCD monitor, clear picture. LED monitor, clearer picture. And the last, CPU stores the information. Okay, next, true false. A monitor doesn't have an on-off button. False. A CRT monitor occupies more space. True. CPU makes all the parts of a computer work. True. CPU is inside a monitor. False. Okay.